Please understand that video thumbnails are created to attract attention and may not always reflect the actual content. They are creative representations designed to engage viewers. We appreciate your understanding and hope you enjoy the video. While we strive to provide accurate and valuable information, this video is intended for reference and educational purposes only. The content reflects a collection of viewpoints and insights, selectively gathered from articles, social media posts, public forums, news sites, and online discussions. We do not claim absolute accuracy, nor is this video intended as an official or authoritative source. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research, compare information from multiple trusted sources, and approach all online content, including this one, with a critical and discerning mindset. This video does not intend to target or discredit any individual, organization, or nation. Its purpose is not to determine what is definitively right or wrong, but to encourage thoughtful reflection and highlight lessons we can learn from current events. Please watch with an open mind, reflect thoughtfully, and thank you for being part of this journey with us. A multitude of significant events have unfolded across the globe recently. Let's delve into some of the key developments shaping our world. Many Americans are feeling the pressure. Are you weary of exorbitant rent prices, political turmoil, or simply yearning for a new beginning? Imagine the life you envision being just an airplane journey away. Have you ever pondered why a growing number of Americans are choosing to relocate and start anew elsewhere? It is not solely about picturesque Instagram feeds. These destinations provide freedom, cost-effectiveness, enhanced healthcare systems, and indeed, greater happiness. Forget the relentless grind in a draining city environment. There exist locations where your money goes further, stress diminishes, and your future prospects genuinely appear brighter. Therefore, before committing to another lease or hailing another costly rideshare, contemplate this. Could it be the right moment for a move? Let us examine the 10 most favorable countries for Americans seeking an escape right now. Conclusions and key takeaways will be discussed at the end of this video. We encourage you to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. It significantly aids our channel's visibility. Also, drop a comment telling us where you are watching from. Portugal. Do you believe tranquility and affordability are mutually exclusive in a single nation? Portugal challenges conventional notions about relocating abroad. This nation has discreetly emerged as one of the prime destinations for Americans seeking refuge, attracting not only retirees but a diverse demographic. With rental costs beginning at $500 monthly outside principal urban centers, and the availability of a digital Nomad visa facilitating remote work opportunities, it's understandable why individuals are abandoning the turmoil back home. Consider this. Portugal achieved the rank of the 7th safest country globally in 2024. This translates to diminished fear, reduced stress, and increased liberty to genuinely experience life. The healthcare system is universal, cuisine is fresh and economical, and the coastline is conveniently accessible. You will find Americans acquiring properties for the equivalent price of a pre-owned vehicle while maintaining a comfortable standard of living. So, reflect on this. If happiness were a physical place, would you recognize the path to reach it? Portugal might be more attainable than you perceive. Remember to watch this video until the very end, as we'll be summarizing the key conclusions. Mexico. Do you still perceive Mexico solely as a destination for spring break festivities and tourist traps? Reconsider your perspective. Mexico currently hosts over 1.6 million American residents, and their motivations extend beyond the culinary delights like tacos. By 2025, it is poised to become the preferred haven for those escaping escalating rental costs, inadequate healthcare provisions, and pervasive burnout. Urban centers such as Mérida and San Miguel de Allende provide security, robust expatriate networks, and residential options available for under $700 per month. However, here lies a frequently overlooked aspect. In numerous areas, private healthcare boasts such affordability and dependability that it renders U.S. insurance schemes seem almost like a scam. And affirmative, certain locales surpass the safety records of major U.S. cities like Chicago or Philadelphia. You might be astonished by the purchasing power your dollar commands here. Whether you prefer coastal towns, mountain hamlets, or colonial cities, they are all within reach, liberated from the constant pressure of hustling 24/7 merely to subsist. The pertinent inquiry is, how much longer will you disregard this potential alternative? Spain. Are you exhausted from laboring 50 hours weekly merely to cover rent and basic sustenance like ramen noodles? Spain exemplifies what transpires when a nation prioritizes the well-being and contentment of its populace. You might be taken aback by the number of Americans establishing new lives here, not due to immense wealth, but because Spain is proactively simplifying the relocation process more than ever before. As of 2025, the introduction of the new digital Nomad visa permits remote professionals to reside legally in cities such as Valencia, Seville, and Granada. In these locations, securing a complete apartment can be less expensive than a parking spot in New York City. This is not an exaggeration. While indulging in a €1 espresso at a sidewalk cafe, consider this additional factor. Spain provides universal public healthcare access to its residents. Contrast this with the typical $7,000 deductible prevalent in the United States. Yet, the appeal extends beyond monetary considerations. It encompasses the overall quality of life. Here, burnout isn't glorified. Individuals routinely take 2-hour lunch breaks. Businesses pause for siestas, and embracing rest carries no stigma. This signifies balance, a concept Americans are increasingly realizing they have lacked. Regarding safety, Spain ranked among the top 30 safest nations globally according to the 2024 Global Peace Index. Strolling home late in Madrid or cycling through the countryside doesn't evoke the same anxieties many Americans have become accustomed to. But what if I told you something even more astonishing? Certain regions in Spain are actively compensating foreigners to relocate there. Indeed, rural municipalities are presenting financial incentives, complimentary housing, or tax reductions simply to infuse vitality into their communities. While U.S. cities continue to impose financial strain, this nation extends opportunity. Thus, the question remains, how long will you permit the existing system to deplete your resources before opting for a superior alternative? Spain represents not merely a location, but a renewed opportunity for a life that doesn't resemble a perpetual struggle for survival. Costa Rica. Do you perceive paradise as merely an idealized image encountered while browsing Instagram? Costa Rica embodies the place where individuals genuinely live the lifestyle you fantasize about, and joining them might be simpler than you imagine. This nation transcends mere aesthetic beauty. It boasts political stability, environmental consciousness, and an exceptionally hospitable stance towards foreigners. Presently, over 120,000 Americans reside here full-time, and this figure is rapidly escalating. The rationale is straightforward. Whether you intend to retire, engage in remote work, or establish a family, Costa Rica allows you to do so with significantly less stress compared to the U.S. Consider a 2-bedroom residence near the coast, attainable for around $800 monthly, and private health care. Visits often cost less than $100, providing top-tier medical services. Dismiss any notion of needing to inhabit remote jungles. Costa Rica features contemporary cities, dependable infrastructure, fiber optic internet connectivity, and direct air travel links to the United States. Yet, what truly enhances its allure? The Costa Rican government actively encourages immigration. The Pensionado program grants residency to retirees possessing a mere $1,000 in monthly income. Furthermore, the recently introduced investor and remote worker visas offer even greater adaptability. You would be astounded at how rapidly stress dissipates here. Locals embrace the Pura Vida philosophy, pure life, which is more than a mere catchphrase. It dictates their rhythm. There is no frantic pace, no incessant hustle, just authentic moments to breathe, connect, and truly live. That pervasive anxiety felt back home. It is largely absent here. Nature permeates daily existence, from lush rainforests and volcanoes to pristine, untouched beaches. This country seems intentionally designed to decelerate your pace in the most beneficial manner possible. In fact, Costa Rica stands among the select few global locations identified as a blue zone, where inhabitants regularly live well into their 90s and beyond, maintaining good health and experiencing joy. So, contemplate this. If the American system seems to accelerate aging, why not relocate to a nation where aging appears to reverse? Thailand. Imagine living like royalty without possessing immense wealth. Thailand transforms this aspiration from mere fantasy into a tangible possibility, potentially just a flight away. This destination is where $5 can still secure a complete dinner, a fresh coconut consumed street-side, and a massage to conclude the evening. You would be astounded by the extent your money stretches here. Rent in Chiang Mai, or even certain areas of Bangkok, can be as low as $300 per month for a contemporary apartment. And this isn't a cramped space. It frequently includes amenities like cleaning services and access to a swimming pool. Regarding healthcare, Thailand boasts some of the finest facilities in Southeast Asia. Its private hospitals are so technologically advanced that individuals from Europe travel here for medical procedures, often incurring lower costs than they would in their home countries. Yet, Thailand's appeal transcends affordability. It is profoundly beautiful. Envision jungle-enshrouded temples, immaculate white sand beaches, and radiant golden sunsets casting reflections upon ancient ruins. Thailand seems inherently designed to encourage a slower pace, prompting you to pause, observe your surroundings, and simply breathe. Furthermore, in 2025, the Thai government implemented an expanded long-term resident visa program catering specifically to remote workers, retirees, and investors. It's as if they are extending the keys and welcoming you whenever you're prepared. Here is the often unspoken reality. Thailand isn't solely for backpackers and social media influencers. It caters to individuals weary of the conventional 9-to-5 routine, those tired of exchanging their time solely for rent money, and people seeking more than mere survival. They desire to live life to its fullest. Concerning safety, Thailand consistently ranks among the safest nations in Asia. In Chiang Mai alone, you'll encounter substantial communities of Americans, Canadians, and Europeans. Individuals who initially planned a short visit, but found themselves captivated and chose to stay indefinitely. But consider what truly alters the perspective. Some expatriates in Thailand report living comfortably on less than $1,000 monthly without compromising their standard of living. This budget covers rent, food, transportation, and leisure. Attempt achieving that in Los Angeles. So, here is your consideration. If you could attain peace, beauty, and freedom for the cost equivalent to your cable bill, why would you hesitate? Thailand isn't merely a vacation spot. It's a reset button, readily available when you decide to press it. Italy. Do you assume that residing beneath the Tuscan sun or along the Amalfi Coast requires millions? Italy is subtly facilitating entry, and you might be surprised by who is taking advantage. In 2025, the Italian government introduced new visa options specifically for remote workers and freelancers, but that's merely a fraction of the story. You would be astonished by the number of Americans currently purchasing homes in Italy for less than the price of a used car. Yes, entire properties. Numerous towns in southern Italy have initiated €1 home programs aimed at revitalizing depopulated villages. Naturally, stipulations apply, often involving renovation commitments. Nevertheless, even after refurbishment, many of these homes are valued under $40,000. This figure is less than a single year's rent in major U.S. cities. What about healthcare? It's universal. Public transportation? Reliable. And the food. It's a fundamental aspect of the lifestyle. Dining isn't just about sustenance here. Every meal is an experience. Even coffee consumption is treated as an event. A €1 espresso, savored slowly while standing at the bar, observing the world pass by. The culture itself encourages a slower pace. But what enhances the appeal even further? Work-life balance isn't merely a fashionable concept here. It's ingrained in the national ethos. Shops close for lunch breaks. Families convene around the dinner table. and life encompasses more than just one's occupation. Italy's cost of living fluctuates by region, but in areas like Abruzzo or Puglia, renting an apartment for under $600 is feasible, allowing you to enjoy charming cobblestone streets, scenic sea views, and vibrant local markets brimming with fresh produce and artisanal cheeses. It represents the kind of life Americans often associate with fantasy, yet it's an attainable reality unfolding right now. And consider this: Italians aren't simply tolerating expatriates, they are actively inviting them. Small towns are providing incentives for foreigners to relocate, establish businesses, and contribute to the revitalization of their communities. So, let's pose the crucial question. If you could exchange your daily grind for a slower, richer, more flavorful existence, what prevents you from seizing the opportunity? Georgia. Do you believe relocating abroad necessitates navigating complex visa procedures or accumulating years of savings? Georgia is challenging this assumption, one American at a time. You would be amazed at how straightforward moving here can be. This often overlooked treasure in the Caucasus region extends a complimentary one-year visa to Americans upon arrival. There is no extensive paperwork, no prolonged waiting periods. Simply arrive, and you are permitted entry. Once settled, the cost of living is almost unbelievable. Renting a modern apartment in the capital city, Tbilisi, can cost as little as $300. Dining out? Approximately $5. High-speed internet access? Both fast and inexpensive. But what truly draws digital nomads and remote workers? Georgia has established a dedicated program, Remotely from Georgia, specifically for them. This initiative grants up to 365 days to live and work legally, all while experiencing the nation's rugged mountain landscapes, historic wine regions, and some of the most welcoming locals imaginable. And the sense of freedom here? It is palpable. There is no excessive policing or rigid cultural conformity. Georgia feels raw, genuine, and sufficiently undiscovered that you avoid feeling like just another face in a crowd of expatriates. Yet, community thrives here too. From Tbilisi's bohemian districts to Batumi's expanding coastline, people are drawn here not merely to exist, but to flourish. So, ask yourself this. If you could relocate halfway around the globe with virtually no visa complications, reside in a European-style city for minimal expense, and be enveloped by history, nature, and liberty, why are more individuals not seizing this chance? The real question is, why haven't you? New Zealand. Have you ever felt that the relentless pace and noise of contemporary existence are simply overwhelming? New Zealand might offer the restorative pause you didn't realize you required. Situated far from the global clamor, this island nation presents something increasingly rare: tranquility, security, and stunning natural beauty. You might be surprised by the number of Americans choosing to leave everything behind for a place where the air feels cleaner, healthcare is publicly accessible, and the rhythm of life is fundamentally more humane. In 2025, New Zealand broadened its pathways for skilled migrants and investors, simplifying legal relocation for those with remote income, savings, or high-demand skills more than ever before. The government is actively seeking fresh talent, and with a population still under 5 million, fewer inhabitants than some U.S. cities, there's ample room. But consider this: even amidst all this natural splendor and open space, you're not condemned to isolation. Cities like Wellington and Christchurch are technologically advanced, culturally vibrant, artistically rich, and remarkably pedestrian-friendly. And yes, they maintain a strong sense of safety. New Zealand secured the second position on the 2024 Global Peace Index, immediately following Iceland. So, here is the proposition. If you could exchange noise, pollution, and pressure for mountains, oceans, and peace of mind, what genuinely holds you back? Canada. Does the American dream sometimes feel more attainable just slightly north of the border? Canada is the nation where quality of life, affordability, and opportunity retain genuine significance. You might be astonished by the number of Americans discreetly relocating permanently across the border. In fact, migration from the U.S. to Canada has shown a consistent upward trend since 2020. Furthermore, in 2025, Enhanced express entry pathways and work visas have streamlined the process, making it faster and more accessible than previously imagined. If you possess expertise in technology, healthcare, or education, or even just maintain a remote income stream, you could be an ideal candidate for permanent residency. But consider this. This country offers more than just simplified visa processes or superior healthcare. Canada consistently appears among the leading nations for overall happiness, educational standards, and public safety. Cities such as Montreal and Calgary provide dynamic cultures alongside low crime rates. While Vancouver and Toronto carry a higher price tag, they serve as burgeoning hubs of innovation and opportunity. Regarding healthcare, Canada's public system, while perhaps not flawless, ensures you won't face crippling debt from medical bills. This factor alone represents a significant advantage for numerous Americans disillusioned with the U.S. system. Additionally, there is abundant space. Genuine, expansive space. Nature is deeply integrated into the national culture. Whether you find yourself trekking through the Rocky Mountains or relaxing by an Ontario lake, peace and serenity are readily accessible. You would be surprised how many U.S. expatriates report improved mental well-being simply from the change of scenery. So, let's address the fundamental question. If Canada presents enhanced stability, better healthcare prospects, and a more promising future, what precisely are you clinging to? So there you have it. 10 nations where Americans are relocating, embarking on new chapters, and ultimately shaping their lives according to their own values. Whether your preference leans towards tropical shores, historic urban landscapes, or tranquil mountain retreats, each of these destinations offers something the U.S. seems to lack increasingly: a sense of balance, affordability, peace, and freedom. The core reasons driving these moves often revolve around escaping the relentless financial pressures, particularly sky-high housing costs, and seeking more affordable lifestyles where incomes stretch further. Concerns about the accessibility and cost of healthcare in the U.S. are a major push factor, contrasting sharply with the universal or significantly more affordable systems found in many of these destinations. Safety and political stability also weigh heavily, with many seeking environments perceived as less volatile or divisive. Beyond the practicalities, there's a deeper yearning for a different quality of life, one with a better work-life balance, less emphasis on constant hustle, more connection to nature or local culture, and ultimately, a greater sense of overall happiness and well-being. These countries, with their diverse offerings from digital nomad visas to retiree programs, represent tangible alternatives for Americans seeking not just an escape, but a genuine upgrade to their way of living. But here's the reality. Knowing about these options doesn't change anything if you don't act. If even one of these countries sparked your interest or made you reconsider your current situation, then take the next step. Research further. Connect with expat communities online. Explore visa requirements. Because while many remain caught in the familiar cycle, the opportunity for something different, potentially something much better, is out there, waiting for you to seize it.